Hi, welcome back to another Crypto Dave video. It's Tuesday, which means another Masternode Shootout update video. This is for week 44, and in this series, if you haven't been following it, we look at 6 different masternodes and how they performed throughout 2019, and then more importantly, if any of them can outperform Bitcoin. So as always, just to make you aware of any kind of changes, and the good news this week, we had a bit of an issue last week, obviously, with Vulcano needing to be refreshed. No such issues this week, so that's good to report. We have been a little bit unlucky, maybe with 1 or 2 of the payouts. Metrix in particular only getting 4 payouts this week rather than the usual 5, which has affected the results a little bit. But let's jump straight in and have a look at the figures for the last week. So starting at the top of the list, as always with Vulcano, 802 coins worth 87 cents, 41 Bulwark worth 52 cents, 203 Helix worth 50 cents, 12,800 Metrix worth $2.37, 331 SmartCash worth $1.05, and nothing for Syndicate. As I mentioned a few times, their Syndicate Masternode has been gone now for probably a couple of months. So a grand total this last week of $5.31. Pretty poor, unfortunately. If we jump over and look at the graph, you can see here we're stuck in this sort of $5–6 kind of range at the moment. A little bit down on last week, but that's probably just down to the fact that we received 1 less Metrix payout than we did the week before. Just the way it goes sometimes with how the payouts come in during the week. So I think there was another one actually in the early hours of this morning. So next week's hopefully should be back to normal. But Helix still in #1 position, had a really good week last week, so I think it was up as part of 100%. That's dropped down again in kind of price. So we've had a couple of weeks where the Helix price has been really quite good, a bit of a kind of pump up in price. That's come down, but still easily in #1 position. It's still the only masternode, and has been for a good few weeks now, that is in positive territory. If we look at this column here, the percentage return this year so far. A little bit of a switch around, so Metrix back into 2nd position, Vulcano down to 3rd. So last week Vulcano had a nice pump up in price and had moved up into 2nd position, but it's dropped back down to 3rd, where it has been for a long time. No other changes. SmartCash in 4th, Syndicate in 5th, despite the fact we're not receiving any new masternode kind of payouts, and Bulwark still down in 6th position, where it's been pretty much all year. I think from about the end of January, when they had all those issues with the team walking out, it's been in last position, still labouring. It's lost over 3/4 of its value, despite the fact it's brought in 164, just under $165 in masternode returns. But look here at the price. The masternode cost us $956 beginning of the year, down to just under $64 as of midnight last night. Excuse me. Same from most of these coins. You can see Vulcano here. Masternode now is worth just under 1/4 of what it was at the beginning of the year. Metrix probably just over 1/3. SmartCash down about 25% of what it was worth. Syndicate has lost pretty much all its value, and Helix, the only one that's done reasonably well. It is down. I think last week it was about $36. This week it's down to $23. The price is very volatile. It's a tiny little coin, this, so the price does fluctuate quite wildly. But even though it's down a little bit, decent masternode payout. So we're almost up to 80% payouts so far this year. So that should get somewhere near to 100%, I think, by the end of the year. Around that kind of 100%. So you are doubling your money purely in kind of masternode returns. If you've got a bunch of these running on one virtual server, you know, might have made some reasonable kind of profits from this. Because it's such a small coin, you can take advantage of some spikes up in price. As I mentioned last week, the volume is relatively low, so you might take a little while to get those trades in, but it's performed a lot better than everything else this year. Across the board, and we've only got 6 masternodes here, but really, I think with the exception maybe kind of Dash, maybe some of the very large ones, it's been a pretty appalling year for masternode coins. But to be fair, it's not just masternode coins. So if you look at where some of these coins kind of appear in terms of market cap, so if you go into kind of coin market cap and have a look at them, and then have a look at some of the coins around them, you'll see a very similar, sort of a similar kind of pattern really. So it's not just masternode coins, it's really just because a lot of these are very small cap coins that don't add a massive amount of kind of value over and above what they exist to do, which is largely to be kind of Masternode coins. Now that's not true of all of these. I know Metrix are trying to kind of push into the rebrand, trying to push some of their additional kind of stuff. SmartCash have a lot of different kind of projects going on. They were doing a lot of stuff in South America, I know, in Venezuela and around that. So not all of these coins are kind of like, you know, kind of purely built up, but a lot of them are forks of forks of forks. So you're looking at stuff like kind of Vulcano and Bulwark, you know, forks of largely kind of PIVX, which are forking itself of Dash, and so on and so on. But anyway, that's it for this week. I'm waffling on a bit, so apologies for that. $5.31, pretty appalling week. We're down at these kind of levels, really. I can't see a big increase for any of these coins really between now and at the end of the year. We've had a decent kind of run up in Bitcoin over the last couple of weeks, but that has not been necessarily reflected, or has not really been reflected at all in any of these coins. They do fluctuate and get pumped from time to time, but sort of strategy going forward I'll talk about a little bit later in the week. I'm going to do a full roundup video of all the different revenue streams, so I'll talk in a little bit more detail about my plans for maybe some of these masternodes, any new masternodes, and what I'm looking to kind of keep hold of and what I'm looking to get hold of at the end of the experiment. But thanks very much for watching as always. Leave me your thoughts in the comments below. It's always nice to hear from you, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye bye.